Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Bunganyi. I want to thank you for joining us today on the show. As always, right here we bring you the latest in entertainment news, in sports, in fashion, in film and television from around the world. Let's get on with the show. And we begin with sports as European football gets underway with Euro 2020 back on after the season was delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic. Now you had it right, 2020. The Union of European Football Association UEFA has decided to maintain the name Euro 2020 to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the tournament, which would have been last year. The tournament, which is being held for the first time in countries across the continent, will have 11 host cities total. And as for the entertainment, We Are the People by Dutch DJ Martin Garrix, featuring Bono and The Age of U2, has been named the tournament's anthem. The Portuguese version of the anthem includes Angolan singer Preto Show and Brazilian singers Ludmilla and Gulia B. NBA legend Dikembe Mutombo is one of the key investors in NBA Africa, a new entity overseeing the Basketball Africa League business on the continent. Upon returning from the league's first season in Kigali, the Congolese NBA legend caught up with VOA's Rosenbluth right here in Washington, D.C. Let's check it out.
Your foundation, the DMF, it's like never end with Mutombo.
I don't want to end.
Yeah.
The foundation was created to help those in need. I'm so happy with the work we are doing in the Congo, with the hospital. We have treated more than 700,000 people right now. With the water project, we are doing it. There will be more water sanitation center across the country. We're happy with the school that we are building in Bushimai.
You're one of the investors in the NBA Africa. What's about the NBA Africa exactly?
It's a league. It's a league like all of the league. It's a professional league owned by the NBA, but it's run through the continent of Africa. It's an investment. It's not a charity. It's an investment that we made of $1 billion to invest in the continent to see the prosperity of our young people. We want the future of the African continent to continue to grow. We want our young people to have a chance and ability to perform at home, but knowing that they're wearing an NBA jersey and they're playing in front of their mother and sister, father, and cousin, and friends, and to see their own glory, and at the same time being at home. And that was a dream for so many people. When am I going to be in a professional league? For the fact that we start with 12 teams, and next year, in a year, 2 years, we're going to see the league go to 16, and after that, go to 20. And my goal is that to see Congo have a team. The country needs to invest on the future of the young people, because our young people are the future leader of our countries. So if we don't invest on them, who are we leaving the country to?
You know, everybody's talking about Ryan coming here to the D.C. area, Georgetown, biggest news. Georgetown, big news. Everybody's excited.
Blue and gray, always blue and gray.
Always representing, right? How excited are you to see your son following your footsteps?
I think my wife and I, Rosa and I, are very excited that our youngest one, because we have 3 children, but our youngest one, the baby one, we call it, is still our baby, choose this path to go and follow his father's footsteps, to go play for Coach Ewing. And I hope that he will get a lot of love and support from all the Georgetown fans, but especially for the huge community Congolese who are here.
What would you tell Ryan, who's listening to you right now?
Son, the baton has been passing to you. Time has come for you to go and run that race. We're praying for you. Keep going. Remember, you still have to give them the finger wave. No, no, no. Not today, not in Mutombo house. You let them know.
And in some fashion news on the continent, during his 50-year career, Ivorian Burkinabe tailor Patio has risen from self-taught improviser to supplier of Africa's wealthy and powerful, including Nelson Mandela. Agence France Presse shows us what he's doing right now to ensure that passion becomes part of Africa's wealth.
70-year-old Pateo is never seen without one of his own vibrant shirts. Now the head of a business empire that stretches across 10 countries and employs 60 people, the father of 3 works harder than ever at the workshops in Abidjan's working-class district of Tréville, where he first set up shop 50 years ago. It started out with rejection. Not being able to work in the cocoa fields because of his frail health, he started teaching himself tailoring in a little rented workspace. Slowly, he improved and made a big name for himself. 10 years later, Mandela would wear one of his shirts on a visit to France. The images got new customers to come knocking.
No matter the experience, no matter the background, you still have to always work harder because this is a job in which you don't sleep. First of all, the designs, because everybody who comes in wants something new. Every day you have to create, so that means you have to always be there. You have to imagine, innovate, anticipate, change. That's what fashion is all about.
Today, dozens of workers are busy working with old cast iron sewing machines, and Pateo is there to check the work of the tailors and designers and lend advice.
Yes, it's true that we got into this business to earn money. Now it has become a struggle because we think there is inequality. It's not fair that a continent like Africa doesn't even realize that fashion can be part of Africa's wealth. We produce the best cotton in the world. Where is this cotton? As soon as it is picked, the cotton is gone.
With the huge modern new headquarters building in the trendy Cocody district of Abidjan, Mason Pateo hopes to bring forth a new generation of African creators.
Now, congratulations are poured in from around the world, including Queen Elizabeth II and members of the royal family after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex welcomed their second child, Lilibet Lily Diana Mountbatten Windsor, in California. With the birth of their daughter, who is 8th in the line to the British throne, comes tributes to both Harry's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, whose family nickname is Lilibet, and his late mother, Princess Diana, hence the meaning behind her name. The couple thanked everyone in a statement that said the baby is more than we could ever imagine, and we remain grateful for the love and prayers we've felt across the globe. Meanwhile, Princess Diana's dress from her 1981 wedding to Prince Charles went on public display in London. While the marriage did not last, her sons Prince William and Prince Harry loaned their mother's wedding dress to the exhibition Royal Style in the Making, which runs until January 2022. Designed by David and Elizabeth Emanuel, the taffeta ruffled white dress with its 25-foot sequin train helped seal the fairy tale image 40 years ago. David reflected back on what the design process was like.
It's really a melange of people, Diana, my ex-wife Elizabeth and myself, and a melange of ideas. When she came into my studio, it was like, oh, try this bodice, try this sleeve, and we worked together to create this, well, we promised to make her a fairy tale princess. And then we kept on thinking, what is a child's vision of a princess, and we thought, well, glittery, subtle, yeah, well, that's what we promised her, and she loved it.
And now let's go to West Africa for some music news in Mali, where Ballaké Sissoko has debuted his new album, Juru. During an interview with the Associated Press in Bamako, the musician explained the importance of the kora in his family and in his music.
The kora is an instrument which I play since my childhood. The kora has existed in my family for several generations and has always been played.
Although Sissoko's album was released in April in France, It was important for the Kora master to present his new music to his people back in Mali, where he performed for the first time in 6 years.
The idea of the album Juru is the logical continuation of the other previous and the future albums. The word Juru in Bamanakan language means the string, and the spirit of this album is an invitation to stay together around my Kora.
Sissoko, who currently lives in France, called for tranquility for his home country as the country has been dealing with the recent arrest and forced resignation of the president and prime minister, causing concern among Malians and an international community outcry that qualified it as a coup.
The current situation in Mali is stressing us. We have to calm down and especially to help each other to get out of this problem.
And now let's head to London for some highlights from the British Academy Film Awards. Michaela Cole, whose parents are Ghanaian, won Best Actress for I May Destroy You, which she wrote, starred in, and partially directed. Raki Ayola, whose mother is from Sierra Leone and her father from Nigeria, was awarded Best Supporting Actress for her role in Anthony, a film about a black teenager, Anthony Walker, who was killed by two white men in a Liverpool park in 2005. Ballaké Kirby took home the Best Supporting Actor honor for his performance in Steve McQueen's Small Axe. As COVID restrictions ease in New York, Broadway is hoping to draw people back to the theater, while the movie industry is hoping to expand its footprint in the Big Apple. VOA's Ivene Maslov has the story, narrated by Anne Rice.
The coronavirus pandemic has caused a surge in demand for TV shows and streaming platform projects that can be enjoyed at home. And while the entertainment industry took a big hit from the pandemic lockdown, one New York studio has plenty of work and is expanding. Kaufman Astoria, one of the largest studios on the US East Coast, has just added a new pavilion to the list of its existing ones. It's not Hollywood, but it's definitely growing.
We've been busy here at Kaufman, back since the early 80s. But what we've seen is as the streaming services came into play and more channels, we'll call it, wanted to have original programming, the need for original content production boomed, just like off the charts boom.
Located in Queens, Kaufman Astoria Studios has a long history. Founded in 1920, it is one of the oldest studios in the US. Paramount Picture Studios used to be housed here until it relocated to California.
And so it was the heyday, those glory days of Hollywood is what was done here at Kaufman Astoria.
The movie industry moved to Los Angeles in the 1930s because it was cheaper to work out west and weather permitted year-round filming. But New York is still home to lots of TV and film production.
There's always been a steady heartbeat of filmmaking here in New York, even though a lot had shifted to LA, and there were sort of peaks and valleys in New York. I mean, now, of course, nowadays, it's absolutely thriving.
Kaufman Astoria Studios is where Sesame Street was originally filmed, as well as TV shows New Amsterdam and Nurse Jackie, and movies like Carlito's Way and Men in Black. And while vaccinations are beginning to allow people to get back out into the world, they are also still looking for the next binge-worthy show. And these expanding New York studios are working hard to keep up with the ever-growing demand. For Evgeny Maslov in New York, Anna Rice, VOA News.
And with that, we come to the end of our show today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voanews.com. We are also on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, where you can watch our videos. Remember to share and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye, everyone.